The struggle of Iran's moderates after the revolution. Part 2. Even Ayatollah Khomeini's son, Hojat al-Islam Ahmad Khomeini, entered the debate, echoing the moderates' warnings about the ambiguities in the constitution. This growing critique of the regime's authoritarian tendencies was fueled by widespread disillusionment with the revolution's direction. The government's mishandling of issues like the Kurdish insurgency, its failure to ensure personal security, and scandals within the revolutionary courts, such as the bribery and theft involving former Tehran prosecutor Ayatollah Azari Khomeini, alienated many Iranians and widened the appeal of the moderates' message. Yet, the moderates faced significant obstacles. The media remained largely controlled by their opponents, with outlets like Jamhouriye-Islami growing increasingly hostile. Khomeini's public denunciations of intellectuals and Western influences further marginalized their voices. In a speech to Tehran religious leaders on October 20th, Khomeini directly attacked the Muslim Republican People's Party, dismissing their criticisms and warning them to join the ranks of Islam or face consequences. His words, though not yet backed by widespread repression, signaled the regime's growing intolerance of dissent. Despite these challenges, the moderates' critique of the regime's authoritarianism and their calls for a more inclusive political system began to resonate. As the government continued to mishandle key issues, from Arab-Iranian relations to provincial affairs, the moderates' message gained traction. Their revolutionary credentials, earned through years of opposition to the Shah, lent them credibility, even as they remained on the fringes of Iranian politics. In the long term, these moderate groups represented a potential alternative to the clerical monopoly of power. Their ability to preserve coherence and articulate a vision for a post-Khomeini Iran could prove crucial. For now, however, they remained articulate and interesting but wielded little real power, navigating a precarious existence on the margins of a nation still grappling with the revolution's turbulent aftermath. Their struggle was a testament to the enduring tension between authoritarianism and the yearning for a more open, democratic society in Iran. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Iran's reform movement gained significant momentum. The election of Mohammad Khatami as president in 1997, with 69.6% of the vote, marked a high point for the moderates. Khatami's re-election in 2001, with an even higher 77.1% of the vote, further solidified the reformists' popular support. However, the reform movement faced numerous obstacles, such as conservative resistance using the justice system and other conservative institutions that often blocked reformist initiatives and shut down pro-reform newspapers. Internal divisions within the moderates. The movement was too divided to establish its own political authority effectively. Naivety. Reformists underestimated the tenacity of the authoritarian elite surrounding Supreme Leader Khamenei. Lack of strategy. Leaders failed to create and sustain alternative forms of mobilization due to the ban on political parties. Decline of moderate influence. The decline of Iran's moderates can be attributed to several factors, such as poor performance that translated into failure to deliver on key political and economic promises during the Khatami and Rouhani administrations hurt their popularity. Reaction to protests. The moderates' response to the day protests in 2017-2018 was seen as similar to the hardliners, disappointing many supporters. U.S. sanctions. While not the primary cause, U.S. pressure on the Rouhani administration contributed to the moderates' weakening position. Electoral setbacks. The conservatives' victories in the 2004 and 2005 elections marked a turning point, partly due to low voter turnout among reformist supporters. Current state of the moderate movement. As of 2025, the moderate movement in Iran faces significant challenges, such as limited parliamentary representation. In the 2024 elections, reformists secured only 40 out of 290 seats, 14%, in the Iranian parliament. Economic insecurity and government mistrust have led many middle-class Iranians to become skeptical about the availability of a democratic alternative. With conservatives now controlling most levers of power, the space for moderate influence has significantly diminished. Future prospects. Despite the current difficulties, there are factors that could potentially influence the future of Iran's moderate movement. Demographic changes. Growing urbanization since the 1979 revolution has generated attitudinal and behavioral changes characteristic of a new middle class. Aspirational universalism. The middle-class discourse continues to be a reference point in the Iranian public sphere, which political elites ignore at their own peril. Potential for broad coalitions. Future political movements may need to mobilize support beyond traditional class boundaries to drive forward new agendas. The struggle of Iran's moderates reflects the complex interplay of domestic and international factors shaping the country's political landscape. While their influence has waned in recent years, the underlying social and economic forces that initially propelled the reform movement remain present in Iranian society. Thank you for watching. For more insights into global politics, juicy secrets, personal stories, and military dynamics, please like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. The video scripts in this channel are thoroughly researched and based on true but maybe not known events and trends. Any information presented is easily cross-checked by precise research by the viewer. Audio and video are AI generated. This channel is a one-man show. Again, please like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned.